It's like you're just missing like this life you never met. This is like my heart on pages. I'm bearing my whole soul. So we are thinking about moving. So as some of you guys may have seen, we've been posting kind of about it over the last month. Unfortunately, let's see, it's the day we're filming this. It's been about a month now since we found out that I was having an ectopic pregnancy and we unfortunately lost our baby. It's been a very hard month in that aspect. It's just been a lot, and especially those first couple weeks have been, yeah. I was about to be 6 weeks pregnant when we found out what was happening. I won't get into all the details in here, but I'll link some of the videos explaining. I wrote a Substack post kind of in detail basically what happened, so I'll link that. And then we've just kind of done a few other updates, but I guess more so right now, it's been a hard month. Amidst it all, there has been a lot of joy too. There's, our kids bring us so much joy, and, God is good still, yes, even in the midst of hardship. So there's been a lot of good things too, but, it's just been hard. And I feel like right now, at this point, a month later, I feel like I'm at the point now where I can talk about it without breaking down crying in the middle of it. I mean, not all the time. Now I'm feeling a little, it's just hard to explain, I guess. If you've been through pregnancy loss, you probably know exactly how we're feeling. But it's you're just missing this life you never met and the what ifs, but there's just still so much love, and it's just it's so weird because it feels hard to attach it to something because you've never met this baby. And we know that it was a baby, and we know that this baby is with the Lord, and we know that we felt like God was telling us that our baby's name was Anya Grace, and we know that Anya is with the Lord. But it's been very hard to navigate. Physically, my body, I feel like I'm back to normal. Those first few weeks were horrible, but I feel like my body is kind of back to baseline, so that's good. And emotionally, there's still a lot of ups and downs. I feel like I'm getting to the point of being more stable about it, I guess. I don't know. With grief though, it's just so up and down. Some days you feel better than others, and some days it's a bunch of things are reminding you of things.
When you think on it, there's always a grieving part of you because you just miss this life that you never had an opportunity to show love to, A big portion of the grief is there's an overwhelming grief and a period where we would just kind of reclused and just locked away and just really meditating on this and just pressing into God and just receiving from God and trusting Him in this process. And so with life, you have to move forward, and that doesn't mean we forget. It's just we were able to process a lot. It still hasn't obviously fully processed because I was playing my son a song that he loves that helps him get to sleep. The Blessing. He loves that song, and I was just playing it through the monitor to help him get to bed, and then all of a sudden I just broke down crying because I was just picturing our Anya that we'll never get to meet here in this life, and just be able to give that soothing and that love to. And even though it was a brief time we never got to meet this child, we're still grateful for that life, and we're just excited and that we will get to meet this child one day, because that's the thing about our faith is that we have hope because Jesus overcame the grave, that we overcome the grave too.
Still healing. Some days are better than others. Some moments. I feel like we're at the stage now where it's just moments. I'll feel fine and then sad, and then I'll feel okay and then I'll feel sad. And then, it's just kind of a lot of ups and downs. But like he said, we just have to keep moving forward and just continue to try to honor the baby's memory. And we still hope to be able to grow our family someday. And so I don't know what all that looks like now with just everything that's happened with my body and stuff. My body seems to be going back to normal, but we're just gonna pray about it, because obviously it was a very traumatic thing that we went through. And so we're just trusting that in the Lord's timing, if He's gonna give us more children, He will.
Yeah.
The last month, we've just been spending a lot of time at home, around family, with our kids. It's just been a very kind of slow pace. We took a break from working for a while. Now we're kind of getting back into it, hence the video, and we were kind of reposting old content, but now we're getting back into new content. It's been really healing.
We've even been talking about taking a trip together as a family.
Yeah. And it's actually starting to warm up in Minnesota.
Yes.
Yay!
So
finally, that we're about to be in May. By the time we're posting this, it will be May. Finally, there is the sun.
The snow is all all melted.
We'll see it.
We may get, you never know.
You never know.
We can get snow tomorrow, but.
We could. My birthday's May 29th, and when I moved home from Hawaii years ago before I met him, it snowed. It melted right away, but yeah, it snowed. But anyways, like I said, we've been just spending a lot of time at home, hanging out, working on different projects. We want to get to remodeling our bathroom, and we have some stuff in our basement we want to get to. And so yeah, we've just been spending a lot of really intentional time at home this season, and that brings us into the sponsor of our video. So the sponsor of today's video is Amazing Home. As you can see, I am sitting in this incredible chair. This is the Lillipod Nursery chair. This thing is so comfortable. Our family loves it. My husband behind the camera loves it. Our kids love it. It is just so nice. So as we were talking to you guys about before, we've been just spending a lot of intentional time at home, just being with our kids and just hanging out, and it's been so good for us. And honestly, this chair that we just got has been such a great addition because it is such a great place for us just to unwind. It has been so nice just to be able to cuddle before bed and before naps and read books, which are right here, or just sit with them and just relax with them. Honestly, I don't mind just sitting in it either, just to relax, because it is seriously so cozy. And not only is it comfortable, but it has so many really cool features that have been so nice for our family. It is power adjustable. You can make it go up, you can make it go down, it can rotate. Previously with, nursing or bottle feeding our kids, like I have had to stack so many different pillows under my arms in different chairs and like try to find a comfortable position, and typically it was unsuccessful in doing so. This would have solved all of my problems with that. So it is so nice, even for just reading books and snuggling with my kids. These are just so great, and I'm so excited to use this for hopefully future babies, because this is going to make my life and my husband's life and whoever is helping us with the kids at the time, their life so much easier. And you can rock it, you can swivel it, you can recline it. You can recline it with this remote here, which is so nice. You guys, I could take a nap. And if you have kids, you know that spilling things is inevitable, and honestly, I spill things too. So this is made out of silicone, which is waterproof, so it's super easy to clean, which is so great. And it also has a phone holder, which I think this is such a cool feature, because not only can we just read books as a family and just snuggle, we can also if we wanted to turn on maybe a little show or just play music as I'm rocking one of my kids or snuggling with them, you can stick it in here, and it has an adjustable holder for your phone, and you can either have it vertical or you could have it horizontal, and it has USB and Type-C charging ports on it, which is so nice because I can make sure my phone is plugged in and it won't die. I'm so excited to keep using it as our family grows, because this is not just only great for babies and kids, but like I said, I will be taking my fair share of naps in here. Honestly, I can see us having this in our living room someday, even after our kids are big, because this is just such a comfortable chair. And they have a few other colors too. So they have a green fabric material that is soft and breathable, and then they also have this artificial leather one. You can get it in gray, white, and brown. So there's multiple different colors. I highly recommend this chair. It has been such a great addition to our home and to our family, and I can't wait to continue making memories in this chair and being able to look back and just see photos of us snuggling in it and spending time together as a family. You can find this chair at the link in our description, and you can use my code for 10% off. And thank you so much to Amazing Home for sponsoring today's video. Right before all this happened and before we took a break, we had announced that we wrote a book.
The genesis of it was an idea that she's always had to write a book. I have never desired to write a book ever. I never was I'm gonna write a bunch of books, or I want to write a book. I've never thought that. But it's been in her heart for a long time, and ever since we even were dating, that was one of the first things. I found a blog post of hers that she had a blog, and she was I right away I knew she was amazing at writing. I thought she was just a great writer. It's our book because it's our story. I do have writing in it, but she wrote 90% of the book.
I did write a lot of it, but I mean, this book wouldn't be a thing if he wasn't in my life.
Yes.
So basically, the book is called Praying for Mr. Right, and so the first half of the book is it's basically my story, my testimony. Is talking about things that I went through growing up, all the relationships for him. So that's things I've never talked about on the internet before. So that's the first whole half of the book is just my life leading up to meeting him and moments that God took me through and my testimony. Basically, I got to a point in my life where I was just like tired of getting my heart broken and getting into relationships that weren't what God had for me, and so I started praying for my future husband and writing letters to him. It follows kind of my life in these letters and these prayers, and just kind of how God was just shaping me. By the time I met him, there was 5 journals full of prayers, and there was over 1,000 handwritten prayers I had prayed over my future husband, just praying over his life and just so many aspects of his life, and writing letters to him and things. And then on our wedding day, that is what I gifted to him. And then, you know, the second half of the story is when we met in our story, and we go into like depth, like way into depth and more than we ever have before, like on the internet, and sharing some pretty personal things. A little nervous, to be honest, about some of the things to just be out there in the open. But, you know, I really do think that God is going to do, you know, good things through this. I really think a lot of people hopefully will just find hope in this. You know, God told me before I even met my husband, before I met him, that I was going to write a book about how me and my future husband met and our love story, which is so crazy because that was years before I even met him. And now come September, it is going to be out, and just really excited for you guys to read it. I think there's at least over 20, I believe. I'll double check that. If it's different, I'll put a text on the screen, of my actual journal entries and prayers and actual love letters I wrote to my future husband. And then when we met, some of the love letters I wrote to him. So this is like my heart on pages. I'm bearing my whole soul. The book is available for pre-order. It comes out September, but pre-orders help so much in the book world. So if you are interested, we would greatly appreciate pre-order. We'll link it right up here in the description. It is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, if you just want to look it up. It's called Praying for Mr. Right by Hannah Cook, and then Justin, aka Regal Cook, but you can just type in Hannah Cook and it'll pop up.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe.
And turn notifications so you know we post things.
It really helps us out.
And back to the video. And music, you are working on some things.
Update on music. I have a handful of tracks.
You have a lot.
I have a handful of tracks that I'm excited to get out this year. Working on some new ones, and also a little update on the songs that were taken down, like Mistletoe Moon, One Day, Talk This Out, and Footloose.
Yeah.
Those songs, I think, are going to be restored.
Potentially.
We are in communication.
We're in communication.
Yeah.
We don't know. Don't hold our word for it. We're very, very, very hopeful.
Yes. It seems like there might have been some sort of mistake or something, but I am hopeful that we will get the music back up. And then also, I have new music that I'm planning to release in the next few months here. Handful of different songs. I just kind of got to button up some stuff, and then I'm excited.
It's one of my favorites that he's done. I know they say like every time, but he just keeps getting better at releasing music.
The next song that I'm going to be releasing is called Hotel Room. All right, so this is the first time I've ever announced this, is right here. So be on the lookout for that. It was actually written in a hotel room when we went and visited Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I was in my friend's wedding, and I was gone for one night at we had like a little girls bachelorette night. I think we just had good food and hung out and stuff.
And I just missed my wife. I was in the hotel room alone, and I had my studio stuff, and I knew that I was gonna, have time to work if I wanted to. And so, but in the middle of the night, I was just I just miss my wife.
We spend all of our time together.
Yeah.
We are not separated very often.
That was the first night. It's been years.
It's been years since we've been separated overnight, and so it was weird sleeping in separate spaces and stuff.
I didn't sleep at all. I was tossing and turning.
He stayed up all night writing the song, and it's
good.
I
did sleep, but I did stay up.
You stayed up really late, but yeah, that's coming out, so we're really excited. Next life update is I know we've said this so many times, you guys, so you're gonna be like, yeah, right. So we are thinking about moving. We are not 100% sure. We've talked about this so much throughout us being together. It's just hard. If you live in the Midwest or Minnesota and these northern states where it's so cold for so long, it's hard in the winter. And
then it's not just the cold, it's the sun doesn't show itself for months at a time sometimes, and you just get a crack of it here and there, and you're like, oh, thank you, Lord, and then it goes away. And we both have lived in warmer climates.
Yes.
So I lived in Texas, she lived in Hawaii.
Yep.
So we're familiar with that. So we are scoping out, should we tell them?
Yeah. That's what we're thinking right now. We've gone back and forth. We've thought Texas. We've considered Tennessee. Now, I don't know. The big thing for us is the family aspect, and you know, we're really close to our families, and so far we've only had family watch our kids, like unless it's like Sunday school at church or something that's a little bit different, but like coming to our house watching our kids, we've only had our family. There's just been kind of some recent changes and things talked about in our family where, you know, it would maybe make sense for us to actually be able to move away and still have family around sometimes.
Yeah, we're exploring it though, seriously.
We're exploring it, we seriously are.
This is the most serious that we've ever been.
Yes.
I know we've thrown it around, but we just feel with everything that's also happened, you know, the sad.
Yes,
and then
that is
just
another thing.
There is kind of an opportunity for us to like kind of reconsider, you know, if this would be the time to go establish ourselves elsewhere for a little bit.
Well, and two, I think it just kind of has, like, we've just talked about things for so long that for me and like us, it's just kind of like we just keep talking about it, and life is just so fragile, and like you're not promised your next breath even, you know, and it's, I know kind of like, whoa, that's intense, but like it's true, and it's like we've been talking about this for so long, and it's like, I mean, if we're gonna do it, we should just do it, because we have no idea what life is gonna hold for us and stuff, and if we feel like God is leading us into something, you know,
we have both mutually talked about moving elsewhere
for a long time. Honestly, since we like first met, because like we had both had recently moved back, and so we were like, would you ever move? And we're like, yeah, because you know, Minnesota gets really cold, and it's hard with little kids, because our kids, Jace will be 4 this summer and Haven will be 2, and they're very busy, and in the winter you can do stuff inside and you can play outside in the snow. It's like not like you can't go outside, but like when it's like -20, I don't want to bring my kids outside because that is really cold, and they don't want to be outside either, and sometimes there's stretches of time where it's like that for a while.
Months.
Yeah, I don't know. We both just like the warm weather too. Like when I lived in Hawaii, I was outside every single day. I was doing something fun every day. I thought I would maybe live in Hawaii for longer than I did. I moved back because of just some work things and family things and whatnot. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see. But we just wanted to kind of throw that out there and let you know that you maybe the next video after this.
It could be a moving vlog.
Could be a moving vlog.
I don't know. We're not. I mean, we are really serious. We're thinking like more southern Florida at this point, because it makes most sense for us, because we would still be coming back to Minnesota pretty often. I mean, like not like every other week or something, but like we would be coming back and forth, because like all of our family is mainly up here. We would have family down there sometimes if we did move. A lot of our family is up here. So we are self-employed, and our kids are still young, and we're planning at least homeschooling at the beginning of our kids' education. I don't know what that looked like forever. So we have a lot of freedom right now. It's not like we wouldn't ever be in Minnesota, but part of it is that like, especially in the winters, we want to be somewhere that's like warm. And southern, I know some of northern Florida can get a little bit like not cold like Minnesota cold.
They still can get some like snow rarely, but like
for it to make sense for us, I feel like we'd have to like make sure it's like warm. So like that's why for us, southern Florida is really intriguing. So if you have lived in Florida or know people who live in Florida that really love a certain area, because we're like, obviously we haven't moved yet, so anything is
still up in there. Let us know.
Let us know.
Comment below if you're from Florida, or if you've lived in Florida and there was areas that you're like, man, this place is awesome, or maybe don't look at this place or whatever. Let us know below. We would love to hear your story about it.
Yeah, some of the things that we're looking for is like a family-friendly area, because we have kids, and so that is important to us. We like to have a little more land potentially, so that's something, but not too far from the beach. So if you live in areas like that, you know, definitely is something.
We already have some ideas.
We have some ideas, but
we're open to others.
But yeah, besides that, we're just in the season of kids right now.
Yeah.
You know, our kids are our whole day. I know we don't show them a lot, so you guys don't really see that side of us, but like we're very strategic about when we film, because we just really try to be careful when we show them. But like our kids are our whole day. They're our whole life. Like we are with them 24/7, which we're so blessed to be able to be at home with them all day and stuff. Like we love that. But they both are very busy. Like we said, Haven is gonna be 2, Jace is gonna be 4, so they're both at really fun ages.
They are.
They're so fun.
They are at very fun ages.
Yeah. Every stage of stay is like my favorite stage when we're in it, but I feel like, you know, Haven's starting to talk more, so they're communicating more, like having like they play games together. They're always like laughing at each other. Haven is so silly. Yes. She just loves to make people laugh. If she does something and you laugh, she'll keep doing it. And Jace, honestly, like the times I've seen him laugh the hardest have been at Haven, like doing silly things to make him laugh. We're
doing mom and dad life. We are obviously still doing content and trying to make you guys laugh and feel.
No, we don't always hit the mark.
Make the get the feels as well. You know, just sharing our life with you guys, and think to just wrap all this up. These are just a handful of things that we're going through right now. You know, obviously some of the tragedy that we just went through and the loss, but you know, also the hope and excitement of things in the future and things to come. And so we just wanted to get on here and share a little update with you guys, because we
feel like a lot has kind of changed, good and bad, recently.
A lot of times on our short form we don't get to, you know, go into depth, but those of you who like these longer videos, you guys get a chance to come in here and we can hang out a little bit. And so we wanted to make sure to just kind of give you guys a little update on that. And for all the prayers and support, we just greatly appreciate that. Every time we were going on, I mean, we weren't as active on social media, but when we were going on and looking at the comments and stuff, it was just like flooded with
so many nice things.
So many nice things and prayers and personal testimonies of other people that have gone through a very similar scenario or something that was very different, but also in the same vein of loss. And it just, there was so much peace and so much comfort from just your stories and your prayers and just taking the time to even reach out and be with us during this hard season. So we just wanted to share about that and also just share about the exciting things to come. And so if you guys could be just continually praying for us about what we've gone through and the just God's direction in our life, we would greatly appreciate that. And we are so thankful for you guys.
If it wasn't for you guys watching us and supporting us, I mean, like, our lives would look so much different. Like, we would not be probably setting up the camera right now and doing this. So
not at all.
It's because you guys have just supported us so much and just shown us so much love that we're even in the position that we are. Thank you guys, truly. And if you're new to our channel or if you haven't yet, we'd greatly appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And so that's kind of our...
Oh, also, make sure to hit the notification button.
Oh yeah, and make sure to hit the notification button so you know when we post next. That's our little life update. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Maybe it'll be something really exciting like, we're moving! Or maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we'll just come back and be like,
we may be in Minnesota for the rest of our lives.
Maybe, like, we decided we're staying here forever. I don't think that's going to be the case, but...
We'll see. It's all up to God.
Yep.
So.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
You guys have a great rest of your day. We love you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.